All right, everyone. I've got a really great lesson for you today. We're going to review the principles of A/B testing. Okay, I discussed this in a couple of my other videos. I mean, just touching it just generally. So let's dig in a little bit deeper and um, deep dive today on A/B testing. This is also known as split testing. We're looking at two different groups. We're looking at basically a control group and a treatment group. So the control group would be A, the treatment group would be B. Okay, and we're going to try to compare two versions of a variable to determine which one performs better. Okay, so in the context of marketing, product design, user experience, abbreviated UX, that's a cool little way of saying it, right? If you didn't know, user experience is UX. And website optimization, we can apply this technique to try to determine is the current version of what we're doing better, or if we enhance this current version and modify it into something else, is that going to perform better? Okay, so A/B testing is control slash treatment testing. A is the control group and B is the treatment group. We try to identify best performing options or treatments, and we can compare these as two variations, one versus the other, and then understand the impact, the user engagement, the overall experience for each user, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we will compare and contrast differences between price and tiers in this example, and we'll test whether different offerings at a higher price point with additional features or benefits leads to increased sales or customer satisfaction, or do we derive a better benefit just by leaving things as is, right? We're not going to change anything. That would be the A scenario. The B scenario would be the enhanced, improved outcome where more money is pumped into the campaign or to the experience, and then supposedly the outcome is better too. Okay, so the null hypothesis means nothing's going to happen. That's HO. There's no difference between sales or customer satisfaction between the two pricing tiers. The alternate hypothesis, known as H1, means that there's a significant difference in the scales or the customer satisfaction between the two pricing tiers. When you adjust for the price increase and user experience differentials, right? Is there a difference, or is the B scenario essentially the same as the A scenario? Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have a random generator here with a scale of 20. Customer size can be n customers, okay, and we're starting with location of 100. And this is going to be for A sales and A satisfaction. Again, we're going to create a random sampling here. Now, I don't have actual A data and B data. If I had that, I can put that in here. I don't have it, so I have to create it. In several of my videos, you'll see I'm trying to do experiments on data that I just don't have access to. So there's two ways to go with that. Either you don't do the experiment because you don't have the data, or you don't have the data, so you can create a synthetic experience. Okay, and that's what we're doing today. So we create the sales for group A, create the level of satisfaction for A, same for B, and B down here is satisfaction, right? And these are random numbers, but we're starting with a location and a scale for each data set. Okay, so we have the group A, sales and satisfaction, and group B, sales and satisfaction. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this, control enter. And as you can probably tell, we are in a Jupyter notebook right now. Most of my demos are in Jupyter notebooks. Okay, there's various reasons for that. The graphs are dynamic and interesting. it doesn't make sense to invest more in the B advertising campaign or B. But if we invest about the same instead of better B, then it's definitely more. Okay? We're measuring sales by satisfaction. These two are pretty close. We have about maybe 7.5, 7.75 for Group A, about 8 for Group B. So again, Group B is outpacing Group A in both sales and satisfaction. But again, how much money are we putting into A and B to drive that? Um, and see how things shake out. Okay, so we have Group A price, B price, A sales, B sales, A satisfaction, B satisfaction. Okay, so this is going to be revenue and similar for satisfaction. Um, A price, B price, A sales, B sales, A satisfaction, B satisfaction. Okay, so we have the resulting revenue and the resulting satisfaction. Okay, so let's see what's comes out here. So we have I'm doing a simple print statement for result and results revenue. Group A price, okay, we're printing that, and Group A revenue, Group A satisfaction, Group A price, revenue, and satisfaction. Okay, we have the B's too. So we can see Group A price is 53, B is 80. So B, we're automatically just out of the door, we're spending more at B. A revenue is 26,000, B revenue is 26,400, 26,100. So A satisfaction is 73.5 and B satisfaction is 95. Okay, in the next scenario, we have 54 and 80, 54, 81, 54, 82, 55, and 80. And then the revenue stays around 26,000, 26,460, 26,812 as you invest a little bit more in Group A. The obviously Group A revenue goes up, okay, and Group B revenue kind of stays just about the same, okay. And then if you look at the break-even scenario for satisfaction, that was the revenue side. This is satisfaction for A of 30, B of 99, A 30, 31, so it hovers around 30. B is about 199 to 101, and Group B revenue is 16.5, 16.9 down here. And the fifth scenario, and Group B is 29,000, 30, 30, 30, 30,100. Okay, so they're pretty close, pretty tight. So we really have to do a little bit more analysis to see if the investment is worth the payoff, right? As you get more bang for the buck with scenario A or scenario B. So let's take the first result and the revenue side, and then extract the recommended changes. So let me go ahead and run this, Control A, and of course, I'm going to share all this code with you when I post a video later today. So you don't have to go ahead and memorize anything. You don't have to write down anything. You have to take notes. I'm going to share all of this with you. Okay, we made the calculations here, and let me do the plot down here. So comparison after adjustments, we have updated data for Group A, right, and for Group B. So the overall average sales for Group A is 100 and 140 for Group B, and satisfaction for Group A is about 6, and for Group B it's about maybe 18. So here, the overall sales is pretty close. B sales outpace A sales slightly, but B satisfaction is substantially more than A satisfaction out here, right? So it's very interesting. So with just a little bit more money invested in this marketing campaign or this advertising campaign, whatever you want to call it, the satisfaction for Group A is almost 3 times what it is for Group B, right? So slightly more investment and definitely higher payoff in terms of satisfaction, right? So definitely you get more bang for the buck with campaign A. The adjustment mechanism is designed to modify prices and sales based on price elasticity. Okay, if Group A's price is initially lower than Group B's, a price increase for A can lead to a decrease in sales due to elasticity, right? So if you put more money into A, or um, you raise the price of Group A, the price will be somewhat elastic, right? So elasticity means if the price is very elastic, you can raise the price and people buy almost as much of the product. If the price is very inelastic, you raise the price a little bit and then nobody buys the product, okay? Because they can go to a competitor or there's some alternative um, measure or some alternative sort of stimulus or satisfaction. So if you raise the price of peanut butter substantially, maybe people just stop buying peanut butter altogether. If the price is elastic, you can raise the price a lot and people continue to buy peanut butter because they really like it. Okay. If you raise the price of peanut butter too much, maybe the price will be determined to be inelastic. People start to buy fluff, that marshmallow stuff that you can buy. It's white and sticky, and then mix that with your jelly and have a fluff and jelly sandwich, right? If the price is inelastic, if it's elastic, you can raise the price by 1.5 times, 2 times, and people continue to buy peanut butter. So that's what we're looking at here. So if Group B's prices are higher than Group A's, decrease in its price can lead to increased sales, right? So decrease in price of B can cause more products to be sold in category B. Increase in the price in A could cause fewer products to be sold in category A, right? So if category A is inelastic and B is elastic, that's exactly the outcome that we would expect. So price increases typically reduce customer satisfaction. That's pretty much given, right? That's pretty intuitive. So you can adjust prices and satisfaction decreases slightly for both groups. As you increase the price, overall customer satisfaction decreases. People say, "Hey, I'm paying more now and getting the same that I got before, or God forbid, even less than I'm getting before." You see that all the time in grocery stores now in this high inflation environment that we're living in. All right, people are always complaining about the high prices here and there and everywhere in the grocery stores. So it's a lot of decreased satisfaction, right, among customers in the grocery stores these days. So if Group A's prices rise significantly, satisfaction could decrease. Okay, that's intuitive. But if price B decreases, satisfaction could improve slightly. Okay, so there's always a trade-off. Charge more. It's going to be a backlash. People buy more. You can lower the price a little bit, and you can actually sell a lot more of the product. That's what we're seeing here. So A/B testing is based on economics again, which people click on web pages, which web pages based on the color, based on the likelihood that people are to engage with your website more frequently, right? Based on color schemes or the layout. If you position icons or graphics in a certain place, people might react to that more favorably. If they're in a different place, people might react to that disfavorably. Okay. So the behavior for customers ultimately suggests that the adjustments are moving towards balancing two groups' performance based on price elasticity and overall satisfaction from the customer. Okay, so a lot of it's tied to economics. Again, website clicks, layouts and web pages, like I referred to over here, website optimization, okay, user experience, product design, or marketing and sales, right? So all of these are tightly intertwined, right? And people will respond in pretty, um, very predictable ways, right? Pretty intuitively. So the takeaway, both groups generate nearly the same revenue, about 26,400. However, customer satisfaction and Group B is slightly significant higher than Group A. Okay, so we measure the satisfaction in Group A, Group B. Group A is over here. This suggests that Group B's pricing strategy offers better value at this price point. Okay, next steps focus on pricing adjustments for Group A that improves satisfaction without losing revenue. So that's something that we can look into as the next step here. And as an alternative, you can try to reduce the satisfaction gap by offering more features to Group A, thereby boosting customer loyalty or customer satisfaction and creating a perceived premium for features in Group B if people respond negatively to Group A. So by default, Group B could just be more appealing. People say, I don't like this offering in A, so therefore I like Group B. as an alternative, right? So it's a black or white, it's this or that, it's one thing or another thing, right? So break-even scenario, um, customer satisfaction is equal for both groups, pretty equal, not exactly equal, but very close. However, Group B generates nearly double the revenue, 30,000 minus 16,500. Okay, so we saw that. Where was that? 30,000. No, it's the average sales times the number of items sold. Okay, so we're calculating the revenue. And what else? This suggests that Group B's prices are more effective at balancing revenue and overall satisfaction. We saw that in both cases, right? So satisfaction scores are higher for Group B and average sales are higher for Group B. That is after the adjustment. Even before the adjustment, we saw kind of the same. Like satisfaction is slightly higher for B and sales are slightly higher for B, right? So there's a perceived benefit by customers for purchasing product B over product A. Okay, but to improve Groups A performance, we could do a couple things. We can add new features or benefits to justify the price increase after the adjustment there, right? And reduce Groups A price to boost sales and revenue, right? So add more features, add more benefits to customer A's experience, or reduce the price to boost sales. So there's a couple strategies that you can employ. Final thoughts here. Um, Furthermore, we could test adjustments in Group A pricing and features. We can create additional experiments with features that improve Group A satisfaction, such as adding a premium offering, um, some type of a customer coupon, a discount for your next purchase, something like that, right? Create a perceived value of um, perceived enhanced value, create a perception that product A is giving you some kind of intrinsic benefit or some kind of future benefit the next time you come back to the store and purchase that item that has a label A assigned to it, right? Experiment with features to help improve A satisfaction. Add premium offerings. I think I just said that. Okay, and maximize Group B's revenue by exploring slight price increases, right? See if you can just tease that price up just a little bit more and capture more customer value, right? Without having a customer notice that the slightly increased price and then react negatively by boycotting product B. That's what you don't want to do, right? So you want to find that sweet spot. How much can we increase the price of B and generate more sales without disappointing the customer or really incentivizing the customer to not purchase item B and to instead purchase item A if these are um, opponents or corporates. Corporates. What's the word? Um, Not challenges, not opponents, but whatever. If it's Pepsi versus Coke or something, and you're selling Coke, you don't want to turn the people off the Coke and have them buy Pepsi. And if you're Pepsi, vice versa, you don't want to motivate people to buy Coke. That's what we're referring to here. So that's it. A/B testing to compare different pricing tiers and customer satisfaction. And of course, we're using Python and a Jupyter Notebook to do all the analysis. So hopefully that was helpful, useful, and generated some interesting insights for you guys. Of course, you can add your own data. This is just a hypothetical example that I put together to showcase the power of Python and also to dive into the um, the inner workings of A/B testing and explain how that works. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up here. Thanks for your time, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.